You have reached the Geek Elite. Good luck.
Mitch and Elizabeth are getting married. We're getting hitched.
We're getting hitched.
There will be no less than 3 things that go wrong, one of which will be major.
And you're not going to be attending unless you're on the list.
Biggest air quotes possible, because perfect is an illusion.
That's right. Mitch and Elizabeth are getting hitched, and we have 22 weeks left until the wedding. So we just got done with our wedding shower, our joint wedding shower for a lot of our friends and family. And I would say it went off without a hitch. How are you, Elizabeth?
It went off without a hitch. It was good. We're getting to some of the fun parts of wedding planning, as opposed to just the stress of wedding planning. So that's been kind of nice. It was a beautiful wedding shower. Huge shout out and thanks to my parents and Jessica and Lexi and Mrs. Bailey and Jason for all of the help, and your brother Josh for getting enlisted to help cut up meat. It was in my parents' backyard, and I thought it was awesome. Fun games, good company, great food.
So we started off the event with people showing up, dropping off their gifts. We got food, so people started getting food, the food that was available at the beginning.
Yep.
Hors d'oeuvres and drinks and stuff like that. Eventually the tacos came out, and that's what was the main meal, was street tacos, so we got that out. We ended up with the first game was it the ring find, or was
no, the first game was the find the guest bingo.
Find the guest bingo. So what were some of the things that were on people's bingo cards?
You had to find a guest who had 3 or more children. You had to find a left-handed guest, somebody who was left-handed. You had to find somebody who was a bridesmaid. You had to find somebody who was engaged. That ended up being primarily you and I. You had to find somebody who was the same age as you.
Okay.
Was one of them. You had to find somebody who was related to the groom, somebody who was related to the bride. There were a bunch of them. Somebody wearing, I think it was, somebody wearing pink nail polish.
So I think we had 2 winners. We had the person that got the first bingo, and
Yes.
the first person to black out their card.
Correct. Although we had to change the blackout because one of them was you had to find somebody who was vegetarian or vegan, and we had no vegetarians or vegans at the party.
So it turned into a dietary limitation, or
yes, a dietary restriction.
So I know the person who won the blackout was Allie.
Yes.
But I don't remember who won the bingo, because I was in the middle of toasting tortillas or warming tortillas.
The bingo was... Who was the bingo?
Do you remember what they got as gifts, or prizes, I should say?
Yes. So we had hand painted or hydro dipped marbled old-fashioned glasses and wine glasses, and so they got that with a small alcoholic beverage
Inside. Okay.
That was everybody's prize.
All the prizes.
All the prizes were that. Not everybody got a prize, but all the prizes were that, unless we had a few for those under 21 crowd.
Then you had Lexi and Jessica hide giant toy rings, wedding rings, around the backyard, much like an Easter egg hunt, but instead it was a ring hunt. The idea is whoever at the end of a certain amount of time had the most rings was the winner.
Yep.
So who won that? Because I saw a lot of people scrambling. I saw John at one point leap over a chair to get to one, which I was very surprised about.
So John and Ashley just won. So John Camarena and Ashley just won.
So they also won the same prize. After that, we went into the trivia contest.
Yes.
I mean, this is time spread out between the events, but the next game was the trivia contest. So we
did 2 rounds of trivia. We did a Disney round of trivia, which, surprise, surprise, Jessica and Lexi's table won.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did a 90s
movie trivia.
Action movie trivia. And you and your brother Josh's tables, you were on 2 separate tables, tied, and so then we had to do a tiebreaker, and Josh's table won.
Because it was all about Shakespeare and what year he was born. And I have no clue.
Different century of the 90s.
Your mom hosted that one. Now, your mom asked the questions, did a great job. Had a lot of fun with that. A lot of things she's just like, I don't know what this is, but I'm sure you guys do.
Here's the question. Yeah.
So let's see. What is some of the? Well, you remember one of the questions? I think one of the questions was like, what was Snow White's prince's name?
Yes.
And Charming was not the right answer.
No, Prince Charming is Sleeping Beauty's.
Is it?
No, he's Philip. Prince Charming is Cinderella's.
Yeah, no. Prince Charming is Snow. At least it is in Once Upon a Time. But he has another name. Is the reason why I said that that wasn't the right answer. Whatever the answer she said, I think is a different answer. But they call him Charming in Once Upon a Time. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I know that's what they called him. I feel like they also called him Adam. But Adam isn't that also Prince Adam? Isn't that the Beast?
Yes.
Yeah. So there was that question. There was, I think there were some actual Disneyland questions or Disney World questions, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, no. So in the traditional Disney princess animated movies, Cinderella's prince is just called Prince Charming. He doesn't have an actual name. He gets a name later on, but in the first Cinderella,
So did you look up
movie,
Snow White's prince, or did you just look up the Cinderella one? Because I feel like a lot of them were just called Prince Charming back in the day.
No, actually, I searched which Disney princess's prince was just named Prince Charming.
So the question was, what is Snow White's prince's name?
Yes, but you and I were just you said Prince Charming wasn't the right one, and I said that's because it's Cinderella's.
Okay, that's fine.
And you said it's not.
What is Snow White's prince's name?
Henry.
Prince Henry.
Florian in the original.
I think that's what they ended up saying in the contest. Okay, so we did that, and then for the questions of the 90s movies, one of the ones was, I thought I would have a answer by this point, but it did not come to me. I can't remember any of the questions from the 90s movies.
There was one about 3 songs in one movie. I don't know. I didn't even know most of the movies.
Yeah, but I don't think I ended up getting that right. I definitely didn't get it right because it's songs, and I don't know anything about songs. But I know I said one. I can't even think who the artist is now. Who the artist?
One of them. What was Robin Williams' first movie that he was in?
Really?
Yeah, because I had guessed Aladdin, and then
that was part of the Disney one though. That was Robin Williams' first animated movie, and I said Fern Gully, which was the right answer.
Which is the right answer, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So once again, don't remember what the action questions were, but I think I did pretty well. After that, we eventually got into the He Said, She Said game.
Well, we did do one on wedding traditions from around the world, why we do different wedding traditions.
Oh, I guess I don't remember that one.
I think you were busy talking.
I must have been. So then what were some of the answers and questions on that?
So the questions were like, why does the groom stand to the left? And that's so that way he's got his right arm free to draw a sword to protect his bride.
Okay.
Why do the bridesmaids all dress the same? And traditionally they dress like the bride. And that was to confuse evil spirits. And then why do you have groomsmen? So that way they can fight off the bride's family until the groom can wed her.
Wow. Great traditions.
Yep.
I mean, it seems kind of weird seeing as how your brother is one of my groomsmen, so I don't know where he falls when that battle comes down. We'll have to see. Then we got into the He Said, She Said.
Yep.
So there was a list of questions that Jason and Jessica had to announce over the PA for the people to hear, and then they would. I guess first they had to fill out their sheets.
Yeah, they took their guesses.
They took the guests took their guesses. The two of us sat back to back. We each had one of each other's shoes in our hands. And if it was a question that I believed was you were the answer, I would hold up your shoe. If I believed it was me, I'd hold up my shoe, and you did the same. If we agreed on the answer, then anybody that put that answer on their paper got a point. If they didn't put that answer on their paper, they didn't get a point. But if we disagreed, then everybody got the point.
Yep.
So the one that I feel that we disagreed on, at least the one that I remember, was the snoring.
Yes.
I said you snore and you said I snore, which is weird because neither one of us can know what we sound like when we snore. So I just have to set up a camera and just
Just tape it.
just tape us when we sleep to get our definitive answer. But yes, you would hear me when you're awake, and I would hear you when you would hear me when you're awake, and I would hear you when I'm awake.
Yes.
So it would seem like the other one is the snorer. What are some of the other ones? Who keeps the cleaner car? Who made the first move?
Who said I love you first?
Who said I love you? That was another one we disagreed on.
Yeah, which you're wrong.
Okay, that's what you want to believe.
I know it to be a fact because we had a discussion about it.
Okay, so then we go on. We did that, and then did we have a winner in that one?
No, because at that point in the evening, Jessica and Jason, I think, forgot to ask who got the most points right.
We were just done.
We were just done.
So no winner.
There had been sufficient beverages that nobody could remember what to do next.
And then after that, it was pretty much just everybody kind of chilling, talking, conversing, or conversing if you actually speak English. People had been trickling out at that point. Mm-hmm. You know, some family members had left. Some people were still sticking around. But it was an overall good time.
Yep.
We had a few people stick around to help clean up, which was awesome.
I think the biggest hit was your mom's egg rolls.
The egg rolls that my mom oversaw us make went over really well. Let's talk about that. I think we talked about it before, but we had pierogies, we had egg rolls, we had hummus
and
pita, or gluten-free crackers if you needed that, Josh. We had street tacos. And we had cannolis, and you made oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, and we had macaroons.
Mm-hmm. And we had fruit.
Macaroons.
And bruschetta.
Sorry. I don't think I like them.
That doesn't surprise me.
What is the cookie part made of?
Almond flour and egg whites.
Okay. It just tastes like flaky air.
Yes.
Texture-wise.
Texture-wise, macaroons are supposed to be very light.
Okay.
They're mostly just a carrier for the cream filling.
I mean, I feel like that's where Oreos got their idea from.
Yes.
I prefer an Oreo, though. Very American.
That hurts my heart, but okay.
Well, maybe if you find a macaroon that I actually like, it'd be fine. But the texture on that cookie just is not appealing to me.
We'll have to try. We'll
have to find some more. So, I mean, nothing too adventurous. I think I had one pierogi. Did you enjoy the pierogies?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to the pierogies till they were already kind of room temperature because I was enjoying all the other food. So they were fine. I like pierogies, so I know I like pierogies. I just got to them a little late.
These were also store-bought frozen ones, too, so I don't know if you would have liked them. You probably like them better when they're...
Yeah, I prefer them when they're fresh, but...
fresh and handmade.
So, no, overall it was a really good time, and a huge thank you to everybody for coming and celebrating with us, and for everybody who helped put it on, because it was awesome.
Yep, it was a lot of work and a lot of effort, so we really appreciate that. I like that your parents had a after action report, basically, of what went right, what didn't go right.
Well, and that's pretty traditional in my family for events. We get done hosting events and we're like, okay, post-mortem. Like, what do we do better next time? Or what do we change next time?
Not necessarily another wedding shower, but...
No, just another event like this.
Another event where we have a lot of people. I mean, my suggestion would be that I don't know. I know your dad suggested that he does not try and cook all 20 pounds of or
25 pounds
20
of
pounds of
carne
carnes in an hour and a half. That just took a little too long. Plus the cutting.
Yeah. The biggest one I think for Mom and I was the fact that we should space out when the food comes out. We tried to put it all out at once, and that just didn't make as much sense. But
I forgot to mention my big piece of excitement, the new PA system that I had bought from Amazon that showed up the day before in the mail. I went to go set it up before the party, and it started on fire. Like, literally, smoke was coming out of the speakers. So that wasn't good. And then after I sent in a refund request to Amazon, they waited 8 hours to call me right when the party was starting. So I had to be away from everybody else that was there, to be on hold with Amazon and their tech people to be like, yes, you need to send me a new one because we want it for later on. But the funny thing is, the first thing they did is they send me to tech support, as if tech support was going to help me with a PA system that was on fire. It's like when the tech person got on the phone, she's like, yeah, there's no tech that I can help you go through with this to fix it. I was like, I know, it's on fire. She's like, okay, I'm going to send you over to the return people. I was like, thanks. That'd be great.
And I thought you were going to talk about the fact that the tiki torch caught on fire.
So that was during also when I was warming tacos, or warming the tortillas. One of the guests came up to me and said, hey, those tiki torches that you lit up so that to keep the bugs away, the one that's right behind us caught on fire. Like, I thought he was joking at first. So I was just like, oh, that's funny. Because, it's a tiki torch. It's supposed to be on fire. No. The whole outside of the tiki torch was up in flames and falling over, probably about to catch everything else on fire. I was boasting afterwards, after I put it out, that I did not use water since it's an oil fire. I was smart enough to grab sand and put that down and smother it. So I was very happy with myself. It's the things that you don't realize that they are like just
ingrained
into your brain. They tell you over and over. If you worked in a kitchen, if you've had fire safety in school, like they tell you certain fires, oil fires, you don't want to use water. It's just going to spread the flame. You want to smother it. So
I just mostly appreciated the fact that I did not know about it until we talked about it after the party.
Why? What would you have done if you had known about it?
Just panic about it.
No, panic about the other 4 that were still up.
Uh-huh.
So the one thing about that is that there is a line on those tiki torches that say fill line. And if you don't read the packaging that says do not fill past halfway of the fill line, then you would fill it up to the fill line because it's the fill line. You would fill it up to that. But apparently you're only supposed to fill it up halfway. We did not fill it up all the way. We only put about, I would say 2/3 of the canister was full. So I'm guessing that one might have been a little bit more full, and that's why the outside caught on fire.
Yeah. Or the wind was just right, or who knows?
Who knows? All the things. But yes, so a big thanks to your parents for hosting and getting it all ready. I got to see firsthand. I'm sure that your dad would not say that he was panicking, but there was a little bit of panic in his eyes the week up to the event. Your mom was obviously great about it. Just, her panic's a little bit more present, but she knows how to roll the punches and did a great job. Yes. So it's all good. All right. So the next big event would be at the end of this month. We have our separate bachelor and bachelorette parties plus your bridal party. Bridal shower, sorry.
It'll be a party, but yeah.
It will be a party. And we'll have a report when we come back from that.
Yep. So, but we'll have a guest in between.
Hopefully.
Next week. We will.
But that's all we have to report this week, unless you have something else.
I think that's about everything I've got to report this week. That was the big thing, and it's always entertaining. I spent a lot of time as you do at these functions, talking about the wedding itself and what plannings occurred and what our theme is and all of that good stuff. So that was kind of fun and also a little exhausting, but that's the way it works. So no, I was just glad to see everybody. Everybody seemed to have a really good time. The food was a major hit, which was awesome. So yeah, kind of like that.
If you have any stories from your wedding shower or different traditions that you'd love to talk to us about, we'd love to hear from you. I'm on Twitter. I'm at Mitchipedia GEM. GEM stands for Geek Elite Media. Elizabeth, where can people find you online?
You can find me with the rest of Geek Elite Media at Geek Elite Media and our Facebook page /Geek Elite Media.
Check out archived episodes of this podcast and other podcasts on our network on our website, geekelitemedia.com. And whatever podcatcher you use to listen to us, please rate and review us. It helps spread the word of our network. But until next time, this is Geeking to the Chapel on the Geek Elite Media Network saying always remember to geek out.
This concludes our broadcast.